820 కాల్ చేస్తాను సరిగ్గా. ఓకే రైట్. So Java is a hybrid, but one more point here is that Java was felt a little bit slower by the programmers who were working on C++. So they said that they started complaining that Java is slower. So that's how they introduced something called as JIT compiler, just-in-time compiler, just-in-time compiler. So instead of interpreter as a part of JVM, JVM means not interpreter. JVM is having interpreter. So instead of having interpreter, they replace with just-in-time compiler, because what it has to do, just translate into machine code. So quickly it can do it now. So because errors doesn't have to check, quickly it will translate into machine code and execute. But whenever you are running, it will translate into machine code, not just one time. But it will be faster than interpreter. And that's how Java became much faster than interpreted JVM. So just-in-time compiler was introduced. Now let us understand how Java is portable. How Java is portable. Let us talk about this one. So Java is platform independent. What does it mean? See, if you have a Java program, first.java, and you have compiled and you got first.class file, that is bytecode. Now where this bytecode will run? On JVM. That is JVM. Okay, yes, I said JVM only. This is JVM. It runs inside JVM. Where this JVM is running? On Windows operating system, on Linux operating system, or Linux also people call it as, or Mac operating system, or OS X also it is called as. So Java program first.class file is running on Windows, yes. On Linux, yes. Mac, yes. It is running on different operating systems. So Java program, once you compiled and got a class file, it can run on any operating system provided if JVM is available. So program is this is a code generated, that is bytecode. It's independent of any operating system. Then who is dependent on operating system? JVM is dependent on operating system. JVM is dependent on operating system. So Java program is independent. So what's a big thing in this one? So again I have to explain you using C language example. Let us see. I have written a program that is first.c. This is a source file. Yes, this was also source file, but this was compiled file. We are saying that this compiled file can run on any machine. Yes, we are right. Now let us see, if I have a C file and if I have compiled this on Windows operating system and I got a file that is first.exe. Now this is source file. When I have compiled on compiled on Windows, then I got this file. This file, if I take it on Linux operating system and if I run this here, it will not run. It will not run. No, I will not run this one. I will compile this one. So what I am compiling? Source code I am compiling on Linux. I copied that file in a pen drive connected to Linux machine, and there I said compile, and here I got suppose first.exe. I'll name it as exe only here. So I got first.exe. This is for Linux. Here I compiled, compiler, using the compiler on Linux I have compiled. So I got first.exe. Yes, this will run here. If I try to run on Windows, no, it will not run. Why? Because it is compiled on Linux. This first.exe will not run here on Linux because it is compiled for Windows. So source code I should compile for Windows separately, compile for Linux separately. It is just like if you have an app for Android, APK file, then try to run it on iPhone. Will it run? It will not run. It will not run. So hardware specifications are same only. Samsung for Android phone if you take, or Apple phone, hardware specifications are same. Processor is there, memory is there, everything is there. Then why it is not running? Because the platform is different. Operating system is Android and there is iOS. So it will not run on different operating system. When you have written a program and compiled for iOS, it will run only on iOS. But what is the difference here? I compiled only one time. Where? Don't know. On Windows or Linux or Unix. Where I compiled, I don't know. But I got this file. Now this compiled file, you run on any operating system. It's easy to run on any operating system, but you must have JVM. So compilation is not repeating. So if you are sharing your program, you have to share compiled file or run on different machines. So you can just move compiled file and run it. But here you need a source file, and that source file can run on different machine. So source file has to be compiled again on various operating system. So that's why this is not operating system independent and this is platform independent, but this is not platform independent. That's the problem here. Alright. So what is the problem? Why one program when compiled on one operating system will not work on another operating system? What is the reason? Let us see. When program runs on any operating system, it will communicate with the operating system. So I'll show it another diagram here. See, suppose this is a program and that program will communicate with the operating system. Below that is the hardware. So actually program will use this hardware, not directly via operating system. Like if a program is writing something in a file, so it will not access hard disk directly. It will access it with the help of operating system. Alright. So if a program is accessing internet, it will not directly access the network port, but it will take the help of operating system access it. So everything is in the control of operating system. So program can access the hardware only through operating system. So they will communicate with the operating system. So how they communicate? By making function calls, and those calls are called as system calls. Those functions are called as system calls. So program will talk to operating system by calling its functions, and those functions are called as system calls. And the system calls from one operating system to another operating system will differ. So when a C program, when it is talking to Windows, it will talk in terms making system calls of Windows. Same program if you bring on Linux, and it will try to talk to Linux, but actually it is meant for talking to Windows, so it cannot talk to Linux properly, and Linux cannot understand, so program cannot run. That is the reason. So when a program communicates with the OS, it cannot do that because it is compatible with Windows. It cannot talk to Linux. Every operating system will have its own different set of system calls. So that is a problem. Then how this is happening here? So your Java program will not directly talk to Windows. It will talk via JVM. So it will talk to JVM. JVM will talk to Windows. So our Java program, below that is JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Below that is operating system. Below that is hardware. So the stack size has increased now. There were only 3 things, now we have 4 things. So definitely it will be slower than directly running the program. So yes, Java programs are slower than C programs, but they run like this. So Java program will talk to JVM, and this JVM knows how to talk to OS, and it will allow to access hardware. So this JVM knows Windows, this JVM knows Linux, this JVM knows Mac OS. So if you go to Oracle website for downloading Java, if you try to download Java Runtime, they will have an option whether you want for Windows, whether you want for Linux, or whether you want for Mac. So it means JVM, that is runtime environment, we call it as runtime environment also, that is Java Runtime Environment. JVM is also called as Java Runtime Environment. So this Java Runtime Environment, you can get it for different operating systems. So for each operating system, there is a different runtime environment. So that's it. So quickly I will repeat the points. I have explained them, but the points I will repeat so that you can note down. See, Java program gets compiled into bytecode, that is .class file. And they can run on any operating system, but JVM must be available. Who makes Java program platform independent? Bytecode and JVM. So programs are platform independent. Then who is platform dependent? JVM is platform dependent. JVM is platform dependent. For every operating system, you will have different JVM. Why C programs cannot run when you compile on one operating system, cannot run on another operating system? Because programs use system calls to communicate with operating system. So C programs, if it is for Windows, it will talk only to Windows, it cannot talk to Linux. Whereas Java programs, they will not talk directly to the operating system. There is a translator for them in between. Who is that? JVM. So if JVM is available, Java program can run anywhere. Like suppose I speak Telugu, then I can go anywhere around the world and talk to the people if Telugu to that language translator is available. So from Telugu, somebody should translate to that native language, then I can talk to anybody in the world. Here C program, this is grown up in Telugu language, so he cannot talk to other languages. He is grown up in Chinese language, so he cannot talk to Telugu person. So that's the problem, that's the difference. So that's how Java is platform independent. So I have given you every detail about this one. So the points that you have to note down is, this can run on any operating system provided JVM must be there. JVM is also called as Java Runtime Environment. And normal program runs like this, Java program runs like this. So note on this one. I have discussed what is the difference between compiler and interpreter, how Java is hybrid, and that hybrid nature of Java is helping it to become platform independent. And there was a requirement of platform independency. Already I have told about that one. That people were using different operating systems, so they could not switch to a new operating system easily. They wanted some language that helped them to develop new applications using some language. So that's how Java has helped there. And later C#, .NET, all these things, they started copying Java, you can say. Or you can say they were also struggling for it and they also got the solution. So .NET also works in a similar way, but .NET is not platform independent, but it can be platform independent. Anyway, so that's all we have learned about Java. Now let us see what are the versions of Java, how Java evolved. See, Java programming language, when it was introduced, Java versions, if we take, we should know about this one. See, this is all general knowledge, right? We have to actually learn coding and the features of programming part. So that we will do. But first, let us get some overview. So this is all general knowledge of Java. So Java versions. When Java first it was introduced, maybe Java 1.0, then Java 1.1, then Java 1.2. When 1.0 came, it became a boom that everybody came to know that there is some language came that is platform independent. Then 1.1 came, that was also little bit small change in that one. Updates were there in that one. Then when Java 1.2 came, that was really very easy, damn easy for running the learning and developing applications. So even a non-technical person, means a person not from computer sciences, can also learn Java easily. The language is damn simple. That is 1.2, and this became very, very famous. So still we call it as Java 2, that is 1.2 version. Then later on other versions came, that is 1.3, 1.4 and 1.5. Then again Java 1.5 brought a big revolution. There are a lot of features added to this one. A lot of features were added to this, and this has brought a bigger change in Java programming style. See here the collection frame classes were introduced, Java 1.2. Collection classes were introduced, and AWT, that is abstract window toolkit, was improved there. So that were the major changes in that one. And here generics were introduced, some features, some very useful features were introduced. That templates were introduced here, and annotations were introduced here that are very much useful. So this 1.5 version has brought a big change. So slowly when I discuss about the features, I will say that this was introduced in 1.2 or this was introduced in 1.5, so and so. Then 1.6, 1.7 were nothing. Then 1.8 has brought a big change again. That is, it has started supporting functional programming languages. It has started supporting functional programming, and then Java 1.9 came, and now 1.10 is also there. This is a very newly released version, right? So people are comfortable with 1.8, so still 1.8 is in use. Till 1.7 there was nothing. 1.8 has started supporting functional programming that is useful for AI, developing artificial intelligence applications. So this is about the versions, and these versions also have names. If you Google it and check it in Wikipedia, you can find out the names of the versions also. Like I know few, that is, this is called as Tiger, and this 1.7 is called as Dolphin. So there are some names, so you can browse through that. Now, if you are very new to it, then I should tell you how to download Java and what to do, how to program, that I have to show you. So for downloading Java, you have to download JDK, that is Java Development Kit. If you download Java Development Kit, then you get along with that JDK as well as JRE, that is Java Runtime Environment. What is this? This is a compiler, I should say. Then what is this? This is JVM, I should say. JDK and JRE. If you just download JDK, it will have JRE. Suppose you are not a programmer, you don't want to develop programs, then you can simply download JRE. If you are a user, JRE. Sometime if you have experienced this one, I don't know whether you have seen this or not. Sometime if you want to run some website, visit some website, and you get a message that this website is using Java and you need JRE, shall I download? It will take you to that website, that is Oracle website. From there you can download JRE. So if you are a user, then you can use JRE. If you are a developer, yes, we are developers only, so we need JDK. JDK 1.8 version you can download, or 1.7 also you can download, no problem. 9 and 10, they are not much stable, so it is suggested that you take Java 1.8 version. So in Java 1.8 version, you can download. Where to download? So you have to visit, just in Google you can type download JDK. Download JDK. It will show you the latest version, that is 1.10, but there will be a link available for Java 1.8 also. So better say download JDK 1.8. So download JDK 1.8. This you mention in Google and search for it. So whatever the first link that you get, that link will be from Oracle. And you can go to that link, and there you can understand which version you have to, which link you have to click for downloading it. See, one more difference you will face here, that is whether you are Windows operating system or Mac operating system, which operating system you are using. If you are using Windows operating system, then you will have that is 64-bit as well as 32-bit, right? So you have to check which is your operating system. Is it 64-bit or 32-bit? Based on that, you have to click this one. How do you know whether your operating system is 64-bit or 32-bit? If you don't have this knowledge, then you can go to My Computer, right click and check properties. Right? Check properties. So in My Computer, right click and check properties. There at some place you get a dialog box. On that you will find whether your operating system is 64-bit or 32-bit. Depending on that, you can download that particular JDK. Right? For 32-bit, if you download JDK, it may not work. 64-bit JDK will not work. Or for 64-bit, you can download 32 also, it may work. So instead of avoiding any problem, simply check, go to My Computer, My PC, this PC, right click and check the properties. There you will find how many bits, then you can download that one. Okay. So say download JDK in Google, and you will get an Oracle website. Click on it, and there you can download either 32 or 64. This is how you can download JDK. And once you download, you have to install JDK. Okay. So this is the first one, and I have explained till here. This is the first step, and the second step is you have to install JDK. A file will be downloaded. It's a normal thing. Everybody knows this, that you have to double click and it will ask few things. So say okay next, and it will get installed. So download and install JDK. So where it will install? It will install at a place. Suppose you have this PC, inside that C folder and C drive, and inside that folder called program files, and inside that folder called Java, and inside that folder called JDK 1.8, and also you may have one more folder called JRE 1.8. So this is the place in your PC under C drive, under program files, under Java, JDK 1.8 and JRE 1.8, these folders you will get. So I'm talking about the setup, what you need, right? So let me repeat so that you can note down this one, then I'll show you next thing. So I'm showing you the setup, all right? So you need compiler JDK. So search for download JDK, go to Oracle website, go to Oracle website, okay? Then after going there, check whether you want 32-bit or 64-bit. How to check 32-bit or 64-bit? This is how you can check which one you want, okay? This one or this one. Then install. And once you install, you can find it here in your machine. Take this path also. So this name may a little bit vary, that is JDK 1.8.1 or something you may have. So whatever it is, you will get some folders. Take this one. Anyway, that was not a big thing. Like anybody who is learning Java will definitely have Java installed on his machine. It's not a big thing for him. But one important thing is there, that is setting a path. Setting a path. So it's difficult for people to understand why to set the path and how to set the path. So first of all, tell you why to set the path. Then I'll explain you how to set the path. So if I explain you why to set the path, anytime you can set it. Otherwise, you will forget again, right? So again, you need to browse somewhere and see what is that, how to do that. So let us see. First, why we need to set the path, I'll explain you. See, on C drive, that is in C drive, I have one folder called as my programs. And in this, I have calc.exe. One program is there, a calculator program. I have developed it using C language. This is my own program I have developed. This is in this folder, that is my program folder. Now there is another folder called as others. There is one more folder, others. So let us talk limited to these two. I have one folder called my program, another folder is others, and in this folder I have calc C. Now at run, you go to command prompt CMD. How to go on run? Windows key, I am showing this also, I guess you don't know, Windows key plus R. If you press, you get a dialog box for run. Okay. Say command and say okay, it will open command prompt. And in this command prompt, you will be getting like this. Then here say cd my prog. So you are inside my prog. It will take you inside that folder. Mostly students don't know the commands also. These are DOS commands. So change directory, my program. So you are in this directory. Now here you type calc and hit enter. It will run this program. You are in this folder and you are running this program. Simple. Now, if you say this my program, you are inside my program, say cd dot dot, it will, and hit enter. Okay. And you will come out of this folder again. So I will just elaborate this one. Okay. You will come out of it. Now watch this one. This is important. Say cd others and hit enter. So you are in others. You are in folder others. Then inside this folder, say calc and hit enter. File not, okay, not file not found. Invalid external command or something, you get a message like this. So now it means that this calc program is not inside this others folder, it is inside my program. You are inside another folder. So actually I am in this room and I want to switch on television in another room. Is it possible? See, television is there in this room and I am standing in this room. See, others, I am in this room. I cannot switch on that television. That's the problem. So, but my requirement is from here I have to switch on. So how I can do that? I want to switch on my television from anywhere. How it is possible? Like you might have seen a recent ad of ACs. You can find that nowadays you can switch them on from anywhere. Wi-Fi AC. Okay, Wi-Fi AC is there. So Wi-Fi geysers are there. So you can switch them on from anywhere. While going home on the way, you can switch on so that the hot water is ready for you. So like that, I want to access it from anywhere. So back to this. My program is in this folder, from this being in this folder. Now the current working directory is others. We call it as current working directory. I am in that current working directory, that is others. I cannot call calc. It say I don't understand. So this is I don't understand. What do you mean by calc? Well, I will make it understand. How? Let us see. I am in others. Okay. Let it be. I am here only. Say set path equal to C. What is the path? C drive my program, my prog. Okay. I am saying that set space path equal to what is this path? It will take it as variable. Actually, it is a variable on Windows operating system. It can be there on any operating system also. So on Windows, it is path. Set path. So path, we are assigning some value. What is that value? We are assigning this address. What is that address? C my program. C my program. This folder. Chief, already some path is there to that one. We want it to include that one also. We don't want to disturb this. We don't want to disturb the existing path. Append the path there. So you can say semicolon, I have to remove this one, semicolon, dot semicolon. This is one way. Or you can say percentile path percentile. So the existing path, whatever the value is, then plus this one. It is just like you might have seen this sum assign sum plus x. Add the value of x to sum and store the result of this whole thing inside this sum. Same as that. This path plus existing path, whatever it is having, then store it in path. That is the meaning. Okay. Set path equal to. Now I have included this folder also in the path variable. Now see, when I said this time see others inside this, when I said calc, it saw it here only. I'll remove this one. It saw here only and say that there is no calc, anything like this. I don't understand what you are saying. Now after setting the path being here only inside others, I will say calc. So now it will look into this folder. If it is not found, then it will look into all those folders which are already mentioned in the path. So in that, this is also there, my program. So it will go into that folder. Yes, calc is there. It will execute the program. Hit enter. It will execute the program. So the program was successfully executed here and here. Two places it was executed. After setting the path. That's what you have to set the path. That is the reason. That is the meaning of path. Right? This is the method of setting a path through an example. So you can copy this example. Then I'll explain you why we set it in Java. Right? How we can set it. What are the ways we can set it. I'll explain you that. Now, why we have to set the path in Java? See this. See, when you install Java, I said that inside C drive, inside program files, inside Java folder, inside that JDK 1.8 as well as JRE 1.8. This will be in small letters or capital letter 1.8. These two folders will be created. Now, actually inside this JDK, if I see inside this JDK, again there will be one folder called bin. Inside this bin folder, there will be javac.exe as well as java.exe. This is a compiler of Java and this is a JVM. These two will be there. And inside this JDK only, there will be one more file. This is inside bin folder. There will be one file here, not folder, that is src.jar. There will be one jar file. There will be one jar file. Now, these two files inside build folder, this file is directly here. Now, for compiling and executing Java programs, we need compiler exe. This is a compiler is also a program, right? JVM is also a program. So we need this JavaC compiler, Java for interpreter, that is JVM. And when we use the libraries of Java, when we use the built-in classes of Java or packages of Java, we need those packages. They are present here. So we need these things. When you install, they are somewhere here inside this folder. Then where do you type your Java programs? So in the C only directly you will create one folder. Mostly people do this. My Java, they will make one folder. Inside this they will write one program, first.java, and they compile and execute it. Right? Now when you compile here, being here in this folder, you want to access this. Not visible. Not visible. So usually what happens is, when you install any software on your operating system, they will set the paths by themselves. They will set their own path. But Java doesn't set the path. JDK, when you install, the installer should set the path. It will not set the path. That is the problem with the installer. That is the policy of Oracle. There is no reason, technical reason behind it. They don't set the path. I don't know, maybe they want to leave the programmers or Windows users in trouble. I don't know that. But on all other operating systems, it is built in. Along Linux or Mac, Java is built in. Compiler is built in. You don't have to install also sometimes. So on Windows, you have to install and set the path by yourself. So other installer, Photoshop you install, it will copy many files on your computer. It will set the paths. You don't have to set the paths. It will set the paths by itself. All applications do that. Java will not do. JDK will not do. So Java installer will not do this. We have to do it. So we have to set this in path, these three things in path. So these two in path, and this one we have to make a special variable called class path. Java compiler will use that class path. So we have to set these two things. Okay. Where do we set this? So for that, one common method is, go to this PC or my computer. These are the steps I am showing you. Okay. Even this can be shown on the screen, but explanation is more important. So I am writing on the board. Just click here, click here, click here. You can find many such videos there. But reasoning, everything I am giving you. So these are steps you can follow easily. This PC, my computer. Okay. On this, you right click. When you right click, you get the properties. Okay. Inside the properties, you will find some option called as advanced. Click on that one. And there you will find environment variables. You get one option called environment variables. So you have to search this one, or you can just simply go to control panel. There you type on the top, search bar will be there. There you type environment variable, it will show you that link. So main thing is environment variable. So what is path? Environment variable. What is environment? Windows operating system. So the variable with the Windows operating system. So path is a variable of Windows operating system. So you have to set the path. So go to environment variable. So in that environment variable, once you go there, you will find how to set it. So you can say new means click on new and say path, name equal to path and value equal to C colon program. I'm writing in short here. You know this program files Java JDK 1.8 slash bin semicolon. Bin semicolon. Now the font size is little small because already you know this path. So program files Java JDK 1.8 and bin, you have to set this path and create one more, say new one more and say the name as class path, no space in between them, class path and value, that is C colon program file so on and JDK 1.8 slash src dot jar semicolon. This is the file name you have to mention. This is the method of setting a path. Go to my computer, go to properties, click on advanced and click on environment variable. If these variables are already there, then you can concatenate with that. Just type your own path beside that. If not there, create new variables. Already path will be there. Select it, edit and add your own path beside that one. So you have to do this one. Then from your folder or anywhere on your computer, now you can call Java C compiler and Java, that is interpreter. That is possible. Okay, this is how you can set the path and the environment. All right, so that's it. You can take these steps. So for writing your programs, you can make your own folder and you can save your programs there. It's better. So you have all your program at one place and you can make subfolders also there. So you can, if you are writing too many programs, you can keep based on their category also. And that you take care. The next is where to write Java programs, how to compile them, how to execute them. See, for writing Java program, various editors are available. So I'll just list them. See, first is Notepad. Notepad is used for writing the program. Basically in colleges or in academics, professor teach if they are teaching Java, they will show you to use Notepad. So in Notepad, you can type the program and you can come out of Notepad and compile and run it. Otherwise, you can use one more famous editor, that is Edit Plus. Mostly students are fond of this one. They feel comfortable here because Notepad is just plain editor, just you can type there. But Edit Plus will help you identify the keywords, use color codes, helps indentation. You can use that one. Otherwise, there are a lot of editors are available. Many editors are available. You can use any editor. You can develop your own editor also if you are good in C, C++. Next, Edit Plus. Eclipse, IntelliJ, NetBeans. This is from Java only, I should say Oracle. This is more compatible with Java. This is for Java. But these editors, what I am naming here, these editors, apart from Notepad, the other, actually Notepad also included, but these editors are useful for writing programs for any language. Eclipse is a universal editor. For any language, you need plugins and you can start using that editor for writing the program. So it's IDE, we call it as. So these are IDEs actually. And one more IDE I will include, that is Xcode. Here also you can write Java program. So these are for writing any program, and more are there. Many editors are there. So these are called as IDEs. Why IDEs? See, if you have already experienced Java programming in Notepad, then you might have seen that you have to type the program, come out on the prompt and say Java, compile, then execute it, Java C compile, and then you have to say Java and then run. So all those things you have to take care. But these IDEs will give you play button on the top. Write the program, click on play. It will run. If any error, they will help you there only, or while typing only, it will show that you are doing wrong here. It will underline with red color, something. It will help you in all possible ways. So easily you can type the program and organize your programs and make it a big project also. So you can go for IDEs. They are integrated development environments. So you can use any IDE of your own choice, but once you are comfortable with the Notepad and Edit Plus, when you are comfortable with the Java code, then you can go for IDE. Because these IDEs, they also help you in documentation. They will also do automatic code generation, and they will prompt on some suggestions. I don't know how much you are following these points, but just to say that there are more than Notepad. Okay, I don't know you have seen them or not. At least you try NetBeans. Same place in Oracle, you can say download NetBeans and you can download and install NetBeans. And along with this, you get JDK also, JDK 1.8 or 1.7 also. You will have options there. NetBeans with JDK 1.1. So complete installation will be done on Windows. You can try that one. It's a good one. And in the beginning, use Edit Plus or Notepad. Then you can also experience NetBeans. But keep it ready installed on your machine. This is really helpful or easy to practice Java programs or develop big applications for Java. Okay, so you can note down this list. That's all.